Dude, Kyle, I'm excited for when this Warhammer RTS comes out and we can hop in.
Me too.
Do you know the ETA on it?
Let me see.
It's two different games. One of them I thought
there's
early
Total
this
War
year.
Warhammer, and then there's another that's Dawn of War 4. So that's the one that you're interested in.
I'll probably buy both. It's just I'm more interested in Dawn of War.
Spring?
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
This is like, that's when it's predicted to be. Potential launch around spring 2026. I know Games Workshop, the people who own Warhammer, are seemingly making a really big push toward mainstream media this year in a lot of different aspects. So that wouldn't surprise me if it's coming out this year.
Did you see Henry Cavill turn down some enormously lucrative thing in order to kind of compromise the Warhammer story he was telling, and he said no?
No. I haven't heard him talk about that at Warhammer in a while. I did hear that they asked him yesterday or the day before if he went to any Christmas parties, and he said, I was invited. We watched Lord of the Rings Extended Edition back to back to back. That's how we spent Christmas.
Dude, he rules.
I wonder,
I like
dude,
him.
he simultaneously super rules, and also it makes me suspicious. Jennifer Lawrence used to do this I'm so relatable, I'm just like you bit every time she was on the mic. And at first you love it, and then you're like, is this calculated? Henry Cavill, what, he's the world's sexiest neckbeard? Am I meant to believe this?
Yeah, he seems great to me, dude.
Yeah, he seems awesome to me, too.
That's a guy with 5 brothers, and they're all giants.
Okay.
He is, but you could tell he got all the good looks. You go down the list of his brothers, and it's guy's a 4, 4.5, 5. There's a 6, and there's Henry over there.
And then there's a complete 10, and then his balding brother and his balding other brother.
Yeah, although Cavill's got a little bit of a hairline issue himself.
The fact that he has that many brothers means he's a real deal nerd, because one of his older brothers certainly introduced him to this Warhammer shit, and he got obsessed with it.
Taylor, Jackie and I watched every video you sent us. It just didn't take. I wanted it to. I was like, Jackie, check this out. She watches a lot of gaming content. Mm-hmm. There's a good chance she's downstairs watching Burnt Peanut right now. And we're watching it, and she thought some of it was trying to soften gross, yucky. There were these big sort of slime booger monsters, and with belly mouths or something. And
the Nurgle.
Yeah, she was a little revolted by that. And then neither of us have really given top-down games a chance. So I don't come from an educated position, but when we saw the actual gameplay, we're both like, I don't know, this is what we like. So
that's fair enough. If RTS isn't your genre, then do it to it, whatever you like. But I don't think any video game does trailers as well as Total War.
Yeah.
I don't think any come close. Seeing Nurgle, which had that disgusting mouth belly thing.
He was yucky.
It was great. That was cool. That wasn't even Kugath.
Did he have a bell and perhaps a cauldron?
Kugath came later.
I wasn't prepared for the quiz. I'm sorry.
That's
Which one
really,
of the
really
Nurglings
cool.
was it?
Yeah. But I love those trailers. I feel like it builds the world for me in a way that I really appreciate.
I'm terrible at responding to texts, and I wanted you to know that we saw it, we watched it, we checked it out, we put the time in.
Of course. Oh, dude, after I sent that text and I didn't see a response, I was like, oh, Woody hated it. He couldn't even think of a positive thing to respond with. He was just it sucks. And I was like, damn, I thought this might rope him a little bit, but no.
I was hoping it would. That's why I roped in Jackie so we could watch it together and get into it. But
it's a great lore. It's a great story. The war. I know Kyle is more into 40K, but the Warhammer fantasy world is really, really cool.
They're very similar. They have the same backbone. The gods are the same. They've never explained is this universe a dream and that universe? Do they coexist? Did this happen before that? Is this a timeline? What is it? They've never explained. It's just two games. Is all it is. I don't get so much into the fantasy lore. I don't care about that. But I love the 40K lore. I'm still reading those books. Uh,
Fantasy lore is so much cooler because it's all aggregated
Same
in a
thing.
similar world, and so there's more conflict. There's less ethereal aspect to it.
It's the same thing. It's the magic in the 40K universe. Magic and like futuristic technologies are kind of the same thing. Like they speak of advanced technology like it's in religious ways. They're burning incense to bless the machine spirit and shit. So even though it's futuristic, it feels very fantasy at times. I mean, ethereal like demon warriors will appear. There's demons. I mean, the book I just
Yeah,
read, we were fighting a demon incursion while what is essentially the aliens from the Alien movies attack in a trillion person swarm on a planet, and
but the fantasy world was also defending against demons, like the Slanesh demons, the Nurgle demons, the uh,
yeah,
what's that giant
corn.
terrifying guy? Corn, the
Oh,
corn demons. Yeah.
yeah, the Cornites. Yeah, there's that. I can't think of the character's name, but yeah, like I said, it's very
He was
similar.
the coolest general when you and I were playing. That corn guy, the demon with like the ripped wings who couldn't fly anymore, but he could still fuck people up.
That's
I
what I
don't
like
remember his
about that
name.
RTS is like you never know what the other guy's gonna bring. He might have a
Mhm,
well-balanced army of infantry with archers and 2 pieces of cavalry to kinda be the bull's horn coming around the flanks, plus, like, 1 general. Or
mhm.
he might bring 3 fucking wizards and a pack of, like, war elephants or something. You don't know. There's all sorts of flying units, and they do such a good job making all those unit models,
Mhm.
there's the Egyptian race, the Tomb Kings, they have these snake riders that are like gigantic cobras that people are
Yeah.
riding on top of, fucking shit up.
The
Love all
Tomb
that.
Kings are sick. That is such a cool faction.
There's a 40K version of that. That's what I said. Like they're the Necrons. The Necrons have been they like fought a war for the galaxy 60 million years ago and kind of won it, and they have been sleeping underground for 60 million years, and humanity has woken them up, and so now they're a they have this super advanced technology. They're a real problem. they
Mhm.
uh they're not biological anymore. They live in these machine suits made of something called necrodermis, and they've lost because they lost their souls and their bodies 60 million years ago, making a bad deal with another alien race that ended up enslaving them to them. So those are the Tomb Kings of the 40K universe. They're one of the like major 2 or 3 players in
Oh,
the
really? I didn't know the
Galactic
Tomb
War.
Kings
Yeah,
made such a, you know,
the
such an
Necrons.
impact. The Necrons.
Yes.
What? So the Necrons are just Tomb Kings, but they probably expand beyond just the Tomb King era of resurrection, and they grabbed a ton of people
They're
from.
they're Tomb King themed. They have these gigantic black pyramids that bend the laws of physics, and they have enslaved actual gods that have been shattered. They have shards of gods that they have like locked in these tombs to power everything. They have like trans-dimensional technology. They have a gun that will like make you have not been born. Like they have this big doomsday machine where they can just go to like a game board and snuff out stars across the galaxy. They're a real problem.
The Necrons sound pretty cool,
The orcs are
frankly.
the best. The orcs are the most fun. The orcs have like Cockney accents. They're asexual fungus men who
Mhm.
live for nothing but war, and a good fight. They have this huge rivalry with this human named Warwick. Doesn't matter. But they had this huge battle with him, and he always puts on such a good fight that at one point they captured him, and they were gonna kill him, but they were like, you know what? Go back to your planet and get ready. We'll come get you, because they just wanted to fight him again because he was such a good opponent. But part of the orcs thing is that they have this sort of like psychic belief net. Like if
Mhm.
they believe red cars are faster, so they are. They just literally are because they believe it so
Yeah.
much. And they also believe that this human is a great warrior and leader. So they're almost their
Oh,
psychic
so they're
powers are working
boosting
against him.
him.
Yes, he's like 120 years old, and one of his arms is is now a giant mechanical thing.
But
It's
the
great.
orcs are so afraid of him that he gains strength from their remnant
That's the
magic.
theory. Yeah,
as
just
he
because
defeats
their psychic group belief system. That's why the more there are in one place, it's the more powerful that psychic belief system becomes. Their religion.
Because I love the orc belief system that's like, if you put a big gun on a truck, it will shoot big bullets. And it'll just be a bunch of orcs who believe that, and then that happens. It doesn't matter if it's even loaded or not. It's just
whenever
believe.
the Imperium of Man gets their hands on some some orc weapon, they find that they open it up and they find instead of micro circuit boards, there's just like springs and gears, and like it shouldn't do
Yeah,
anything.
shit that shouldn't make sense. It's just a bunch of washers like
Yeah.
floating around.
Yeah, it's
What
great.
if they believe in it? Does it work?
Mhm.
Yes, that's how
Good.
it works.
But what, if humans believe in it, it still works?
Humans don't have that
They don't have the
kind of
remnant magic of the orcs.
yeah. The
Okay,
orcs
what
are
if humans with Down syndrome actually truly believe in their core that this weapon will work?
Then that's a
the humans don't have
hilarious idea.
so
you
you're
know?
onto something here because this is what's happening in the new like part of the Warhammer 40K story. The Emperor of Mankind hated religion. He ordered that there be no religion ever. All the churches were burned. He never wanted himself to be worshipped, but because he's been interred on the golden throne, basically an inch away from death for 10,000 years, humanity has started worshiping him in mass. There are trillions of humans who pray to the emperor and believe that he is a god, and that much belief and praying has actually made him one. So just the belief of humanity has empowered the emperor on his throne and has basically turned him into a god.
Hmm. So there's a chance.
That's
Slim chance.
we really want him to wake up, see what happens then. It's been 10,000 years.
We
since
got
he's
a
done
little
anything.
giant situation. One time. One time. We could win.